I had the opportunity to meet Donna because she was in hospice for a short period of time, and I had the opportunity to meet her just one time. One time was enough. One time was enough to get to know her personality, to know the way she was. And she said, well, Chaplain, listen, I want you to pray so I can die. I said, well, I was trying to ease the moment. I was trying to, make it softer. I was trying to be gentle, as I tried to be with all my patients. But she was very straight. She knew what she wanted. So I said, well, we all gonna die one day. I was trying to be very, gentle. We all gonna die one day. He said, no, I want to die today. I said, well, that is not up to me, that's up to God. Well, that's why I'm asking you to pray so He can take me tonight. I want to die, I'm ready to die. Okay. Well, we prayed in that direction, and we asked the good Lord to take her home, and all the things that we usually say in a prayer like that. And I said, well, Ida, when I was ready to leave, I said, well, Ida, I'll see you next week. And she said, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here next week. I'm telling you. I'm going to die today. I said, well, I didn't know what to say because I don't have many patients like that. The way she is, and I said, well, let's see. Let's see. Well, this is a goodbye, but we'll see in heaven. So, okay, we'll see each other in heaven. And you know what? Sooner or later, we're going to pass through the same experience. And I hope that each one of us have the same determination, saying, I'm ready to die. Lord, you can take me now. Of course, she was telling God what to do. She wasn't saying it the way I'm saying it right now. Lord, I'm ready whenever you want. No, it's not whenever you want, whenever you will. No. It was now. I want to die now. A few hours later, she died. She closed her eyes forever to be with the Lord. And let us honor her life with a smile, with determination, because she's now part of us. She is now part of our experiences. And she is now part of my experience as a hospice chaplain. So friends, I want to keep her in their hearts as they continue their own journeys. We thank you and we give you the honor and the glory today and forever. Amen.
We could share many stories, but the one we have chosen to share is memorable indeed. Ida had several possums gnawing under her mobile and decided she needed to rid her property of the nasty pests. Because she was so fiercely independent, she set a trap every evening. The next morning, she would empty the trapped animal into a large green garbage container filled with water, and once the animal had expired, she would then call and ask Bert to dispose of the deceased pest. One day, shortly after she had disposed of several, I heard her horn, went out, and she explained that she had just come from confession. When I asked her why, she replied, I confessed to my murders. I said, what murders? And she replied, the possums. As you are aware, Ida loved angels. And the second year we pulled out of our driveway at 7 a.m., We heard the honking. She drove her car over, dressed in her nightgown, to give us a small stained glass angel to guide us home safely. We continue to have that angel hanging from our rearview mirror. We love you and will miss you, but we will always cherish the memories.
Then she asked me, have you ever had a grapefruit pie? And I said, no, I have not. She says, I have a big grapefruit tree in the backyard. I will go home and pick some grapefruit and bring you a grapefruit pie, which she did. And it was delicious. We asked for the recipe. So I decided that I was going to make Ida a grapefruit pie, which I did. I deveined the grapefruit, made the pie, took it to her. She looked at me. She said, Gary, you must do a better job than that. She said, I tasted bitterness in the grapefruit. So I thought, I'm going to make her another pie. So a couple weeks later, I did make her another grapefruit pie, which I delivered. She sampled it. She said, Gary, this is probably one of the best grapefruit pie I've ever tasted. And I said, well, thanks, Ida, but I have to be honest with you. I went to your favorite store, Walmart, and bought 2 jars of Del Monte, deveined grapefruit, and went home and drained it and made the pie. And she said, Gary, she says, I can't believe it. She says, you gave me an idea. From now on, that's the way I'm going to make my grapefruit pie. So she made my day.
The record shows she took the blow and did it her way. Yes, it was her way.